News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Strong winds flipped trampolines, threw trash cans, and even knocked over some power lines yesterday. Good morning, I'm John King, filling in for Peter Christian. Say a prayer for him. He's under the weather and can't use his voice right now. It's a hard gig for a radio guy if you can't use your voice. Your news this morning brought to you by the Mustard Seed Asian Cafe in Southgate Mall. Strong winds that blew through the Bitterroot Valley on Wednesday afternoon blew down a set of power lines just outside of Lolo, near Trader Brothers. Sergeant Sean Finley with the Montana Highway Patrol has details.
We had a report of some power poles being blown down by the wind on old U.S. Highway 93 South at Trader Brothers, and the road was really shut down maybe for a half hour or so. Trader Brothers was evacuated just in case the rest of the string of poles came down for some reason because of the wind.
Finley said that the downed power lines were cleared quickly.
It looks like the power company was able to get everything under control. They set up some signs and they have traffic control going on. They'll be changing the poles this evening, and hopefully everything will be back up and running.
Luckily, no one was injured when those power lines came down. A federal magistrate judge has ruled against a polygamous trio in Billings that were seeking to strike down Montana's bigamy laws. U.S. Magistrate Judge Carolyn Ostby ruled Monday that Nathan, Victoria, and Christine Collier must show that the laws have harmed them or that they've been threatened with prosecution before they can file a lawsuit. Ostby's ruling is not the final say, though. Her findings and recommendations can be upheld or rejected by U.S. District Judge Susan Waters. Nathan Collier says he was inspired to file a lawsuit after the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that allowed gay marriage. He is legally married to Victoria and wants to also legally marry his common-law wife, Christine. Their marriage license application was denied back in June. University of Montana President Royce Engstrom, a lightning rod for criticism ever since he announced budget and staff cutbacks due to continued reduced enrollment, told KGVO News yesterday that he's still 150% committed to seeing the job through. He said the soul of the U of M is, and always will be, the liberal arts.
That does not mean that they are currently enrolling the same number of students that we had a few years ago in them, and so we do have to make some staffing adjustments, not only to those programs, but some others on campus. But we will not decrease the emphasis on the liberal arts. That's at the core of who we are as a university, will remain so.
Engstrom said so many things are going well for the university, with one big exception: enrollment.
Our research program is doing very well and growing in impact all the time. Our fundraising through the UM Foundation is at record levels these last couple of years. Academic innovation on the part of the faculty is going strong. Athletics is great.
Engstrom spoke about the constant drumbeats of criticism aimed at Main Hall and his administration, and if he ever considered resigning, as some have publicly asked him to do.
I believe the University of Montana is one of the finest institutions anywhere, and I am totally committed to making sure that we come through this particular situation in good shape and we emerge the other end as a stronger, better, more vibrant university.
You can hear the entire interview with UM President Royce Engstrom on our website at Newstalk KGVO, newstalkkgvo.com. Also, you can check in today on Talkback. We'll be speaking with some students from the university who are planning a rally on Friday about the cuts at the University of Montana. We'll get their take as well. Northwestern Montana officials have declared a state of emergency after 2 days of rain and melting snow caused flooding near Libby and Troy. Lincoln County Emergency Manager Kirk Kraft told the Daily Interlake Wednesday that water appears to be receding after flooding structures along Callahan Creek near Troy and roadways in Troy and Libby. Sheriff Robbie Bowe tells the Flathead Beacon 6 homes near Troy have been damaged. The Yak and Fisher rivers are flowing at record highs for the day, and several creeks are at flood level. Trees and debris floated down Callahan Creek, and crews used excavators to remove ice and debris on bridges and banks. Heavy rain fell in the area on Monday and Tuesday. An emergency declaration means that the county is now eligible for state emergency funding. With the goal of locating offenders who aren't in compliance with Montana's sexual or violent offender registry, Montana law enforcement agencies conducted an intensive compliance check in Roosevelt County on November 17th and 18th. Spokeswoman Anastasia Burton outlined the agencies involved in the randomly announced compliance checks.
We worked with several other law enforcement agencies, including the U.S. Marshal Service, the U.S. Probation and Parole Office, the local county sheriff's office, the Fort Peck Tribal Offender Registration and Notification Act team, and we were able to get this done in 2 days.
Burton lays out some of the numbers involved in the Roosevelt County compliance check.
We found 5 offenders that couldn't be contacted at their address. We found 2 who were non-compliant, and follow-up investigations are going to be conducted. We found 11 sex offenders and 5 violent offenders.
Burton said this was the first time such a compliance check was ever conducted in Roosevelt County.